Hello everybody. Let us take our hands together in veneration, our perfect teacher, the Supreme Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. How are you all today? Good? So last time we discussed something very interesting. That is, what's the purpose of your life? Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned in the first episode, that we are taking you through a journey to find out something that you never experienced in your life. You never thought in this way. This is something that we are going to do, the perspective shift in your life. That's why at the first episode I mentioned that you have to be 3 B's. Do you remember? What are the 3 B's? Be open-minded, be like a child, and be honest. Actually, first thing is be honest. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever you are listening to these talks, you have to have those qualities with you. Otherwise, you can't understand what I am telling to you, what I want to convey to you. It's really hard to find out these things from your own, like the wisdom, the teachings, what we have received from our wise teachers. You cannot find them. You cannot find those understanding, those teachings from anyone else, unless who understood what Buddha has discovered to this world. Ladies and gentlemen, what we are discussing is Buddha's Dhamma. Buddha's Dhamma is only for people who are open-minded. Otherwise, you can't understand. Believe me or not, you can't understand. You cannot comprehend unless you have an open mind. Open-minded. You have to be open-minded. And you have to be honest. You have to apply these things with your life. Otherwise, you can't. It's because, ladies and gentlemen, when you born to this world, you met a lot of people. Your parents, your uncles, aunts, and all these people. Grandfather, grandmother, you remember those people? They were telling you stories, right? What they have understood about the world. From these stories, from whatever that you have learned from different people, these are the guiding lights that you had since you were born. These are the knowledge that you received from the people that you associated. You haven't associated Arihantun Wahanses. You haven't associated people who attained Nibbana, who understood the Nibbana, who understood what's going on with you right now. You haven't associated such kind of people in your life. Neither do I. One day in 2018, I found this Dhamma from my teachers. And hereafter, I followed them. As a result of that, now I am experiencing a degree of unconditional happiness. I want you to experience this. And that's why all these efforts. That's why we are recording these things. Nothing else. We had everything that we want. We left our real lives. Do you think that we left our real lives because we didn't have anything? No, I had everything. I had everything what I want. I was living a very prestigious life. But there's one reason that I quit that life and entered into this Sambuddha Sasana. That is because of the noble association. That is because of this wisdom. That is because of these wise teachers that we will be able to associate. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the true purpose. This is the true purpose of your life. Understanding yourself. Last time we discussed that do you remember that we discussed about what are the differences between animals and humans? Whatever that you do right now in your day-to-day lives, eating, drinking, sleeping and having sex, my goodness, these are normal things. These are animals also doing the same thing. I remember I told you that it seems that animals are having a good life rather than you. Your pet is having a good life rather than you because they don't have to do any work. They don't have to learn. They don't have to go to school. They don't have to pass exams. Think about the mental torment you have. Day-to-day lives. You have a lot of commitments. For what? To satisfy yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not talking about negative thing. I'm talking about something that you have to think. You have to look into your life in different manner. This is what we call perspective shift. I need you to have the paradigm shift, a perspective shift in your life. Whoever the online listeners, whoever the people here, what I want from you is one day you will become one like me. That is the true purpose of all these things what we are doing. Ladies and gentlemen, last time I asked you to write down a list of things that you're doing. Whether are you doing those things for your happiness, that means your pleasure, or whether you're doing for your duties and responsibilities. Are you really doing things for your duties and responsibilities, or are you doing things for your pleasure? What do you think? Ladies and gentlemen, I bet you, morning to night, day in and day out, what you are doing, right? Everything that you do, they are not because of your duties and responsibilities. You are doing things for your pleasure, your satisfaction. You look after your kids not because that you have to look after your kids. You're getting some happiness. You're seeking happiness from them. You're seeking happiness from your family. Don't you think so? You're not giving the happiness to them. What you're doing is you're seeking happiness from the family. You're seeking happiness from your wife. You're seeking happiness from your mother, father, your brother, sisters. You're using them. Actually, you're not using, you're abusing. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to think. That's why I told you, you have to be very, very open-minded. Otherwise, you might feel that I'm offending you. No, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have any intention to offend you. All the things that I am telling you right now, you have to think, you have to understand, you have to reflect with your life. Think about when a baby child, right, born to this world, the mother is looking after that child. So what is the mother's responsibility? Look after that child. Give the education. For what? Why mother has to give education? For what? To live a normal, good life. At the end of the day, what this child is going to get out of this life after having good education? I'm asking from you, at the end of the life, what this child is going to get out from that life? Is he going to take something when he pass away? No. Are you going to take what you have accumulated, right, throughout your life? Are you going to take them when you pass away? No. You can't take a tuppence worth of thing out of this world. Why? Because actually they don't belong to you. Even though you feel that they belongs to you, ladies and gentlemen, they don't belong to you. We'll talk about these things more deeper in the future episodes. Ladies and gentlemen, you won't take anything out of this world. This is what you have to understand. You have to think deeply about your life. There's a nice quote. If you live shorter, if your life is very short, then live your life very deeply. Deeply means you have to understand what's going on within you. What you are doing, what is the true purpose of your life? The true purpose of human's life, the true purpose of a human life is to reflect, is to understand what's going on with that mind. This is the only benefit that this is the only difference between animal and a human. That is, you have an ability to reflect the Dhamma. You have an ability to find out what's going on with you. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, you need to have a teacher and you need to have a guidance to find this truth. Otherwise, you won't be able to find this. Today, I want you to think about your life. Think about what you're doing during your life. From morning to night, what you're doing. What are you doing? Let's say, when you were a kid, or if you are a kid, what you're doing? You wake up in the morning, and then you brush your teeth and get ready, and then you go to school, and you learn, you play, and then you come home. If you are Asian origin, then definitely you have to go to tuitions classes, right? Because why? Your mom and your dad say, what? Buddha, my son, you have to pass exams, otherwise when you fail, if you fail, then you have to wash cars, right? You have to do all these tradies jobs, right? If you want to live happy life, if you want to live fulfilling life, then you have to pass exams, all the exams with high distinctions. That's why, so they're asking you to go to tuition classes to get some extra education, right? And after that, you come home. Then what you do? You watch TV, and then you have to do all the homeworks that you have to do, and then go to bed, and you start the next day. If you are a adult, let's say you are doing a job, then what you do? You wake up in the morning. Can you sit and relax and enjoy your life? No, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. You have to pay your mortgage. You have to pay all the loans that you have taken. You have to pay your buy now, pay later payments, credit cards. You have to pay your bills, telephone bills, electricity bills, insurance bills. If you are smart enough, then you have to pay what? Netflix. If you have a smart TV at your home, then you have to pay Netflix. YouTube Red. Is it Red? The paid version of YouTube? Yes. If you don't want to wait for to watch an advertisement, then what you do? You have to pay their membership fee, whatever. Insurances. If you have a car, then you have to pay what? Rego. In Australia we call Rego. I think all the other countries have something like that. You have to register your car with the government. So how many bills you're paying? My goodness. Think about that. How many bills you have to pay? There are huge amount of bills. It's like this. Money comes in and money goes out. Right? On Thursday or Wednesday night, you get ting. What is that? A notification that your bank is debited with what? Your salary. And the following day morning, you have all the list of things that paid. Now you have nothing. So you have to rely on now credit card. Ladies and gentlemen, think about your life. Now you are stuck. You cannot stop doing things. That's why you go to work. Don't think that you're going to work because that you are actually having a fun life. Don't think in that way. Don't see see the way don't that when you're living this life, you think that is the life that you have to live. Go to work, earn some money, and pay the bills. When are you going to come out of this box? When are you going to come out of this box, ladies and gentlemen? You are in an ignorant box. You are inside a cave. You haven't seen the world as it is. What you have seen so far is something like that. That what people have told you. Your mom, your father, your uncles and aunties, what they haven't indoctrinated you since you were born. This is what happened to you. That's why sometimes you might feel that this is very harsh. What this Swaminatha is telling, that this is very against the world. No, ladies and gentlemen, I am not against the world. I don't have any problem with the government. I have a problem with you. As I mentioned in the second episode, that you are in a deep sleep, ladies and gentlemen. I need you to wake up. My teacher woke me up. I need you to wake up. Hello? I need you to wake up. Sometimes you wake up when you are listening to these talks, and after that, when I say, may the Noble Triple Gem bless you all, then what happened? You go back to deep sleep again. And then when you're watching the next video, when you're coming to the next sermon, then you wake up again for that moment. And then after the end of the sermon, you go back to that sleep. That's at least fine, ladies and gentlemen. Because why? At least you wake up for this talk only, at least for that moment of time period. Day by day, because of these points that I'm sharing with you, when you are in a mode of accepting these things, I told you, right? You have to be like a child. You have to be accepting. You have to be in a receiving mindset in order to understand this. Then day by day, all the other times that you are living your life, you will get these thoughts in your mind. Ladies and gentlemen, association is the key. This is very important. Association is the key. The people who associate defines who you are. If you associate people like yourself, that you have, that everybody is like that, morning to night, just work, and then come home, do the responsibilities or duties, they look after kids and all these things, and then go to bed, and following day wake up. Then what you do? Same thing, same mold, doing the same thing again and again and again. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the point of this life? When are you going to stop doing this? When are you going to satisfy yourself by doing all these things that you're doing? This is like filling a bottomless bucket. You're trying to fill a bottomless bucket. When are you going to fill that thing? Do you feel the fulfillment of your life? Or sometimes you feel a fulfillment and that's it, and then after that you need to do it again and again. The question that I'm asking is, how many kilos of chocolate that you need to fulfill your desire for chocolate? No, isn't it? You can go and ask from Mark Zuckerberg. You can go and ask from, who is that guy, the SpaceX, Elon Musk. You can go and ask from Elon Musk whether he's happy, whether he's done. You know what? He will say, no, my friend, I'm not done yet. I have another thing to do. Remember I told you last time, दूर के दौल सुहावने लगते हैं. Distance drums are more colorful. Grass is always green on the other side. You have to think about your life. Each and every second you spend, you're wasting your valuable human life for nothing. This is the main point you have to understand first. Before you go deeper into the science of the mind, before you go deeper into the science of perception, before we go deeper, delve into the Dhamma, the Buddha Dhamma, this is the first initial thing that you have to understand. That is, your life, there's a something problem, there's a something wrong with your life that you're spending right now. It's not the way that you should spend your life. Those days, like since we were a child, right? We have been fighting for our happiness. I still remember with my sister, oh my God, when my father brings something for both of us, then you know what happened, right? If we didn't divide that two parts, then what will happen? Then we have arguments, we fight each other, right? To divide this thing, the food or whatever, for both of us. Why? I don't want her to have my part, my portion. Because I want my portion for myself. Because that gives me happiness. That gives me pleasure. You can see this kind of attitude everywhere in the world. Everywhere in the world. Why people are fighting each other? Why countries are fighting each other? Because of what? Because of their dignity. Because of all the people, the government, whatever the governors, right? The president and all these people, they want what? They want to be happy. They want to feel the pleasure. They want to fulfill their desires. I'm just asking from you, when are you going to fulfill your desires? When? Is there any way to fulfill your desires? Are you going to fulfill your life? Are you going to have fulfilling life? Which point? The sad story is, most of the time, right? All the people in the people who associate us, what they do, they are getting ready for what? Your retirement. Those days I can still remember the people who I associate, they always tell me, you know what, I'm getting ready for early retirement. I can understand what is this retirement means. When are you going to retire? What is that retirement means? You're not doing any job, okay? If you don't do any job, so you can sit and relax it. You think that you can sit and relax at your home without doing nothing, without doing anything? Can you sit and relax at your home without doing anything? Do you remember the when you have an exams? If you go back to your memories, when you have an exams, you feel you're predicting, right? After the exams, I will have I will sleep for 16 hours. I will watch all the movies that I missed during these days. Remember? Then what happened after the exam? After you finish the exam? Did you watch all these movies? Did you sleep? No. You can't sit and relax, ladies and gentlemen. You need something to do. Okay, let's say you watch movies, right? You watched a couple of TV series, and after some time you feel very fed up with that thing. Then what happened? Then you go and open the fridge, or you go hang around with other people. Why? Nothing is fulfilling you, ladies and gentlemen. Now think about the people who are trying to retire early retirement. What they do? So sad. Do you think that they can retire and sit and relax? No. In Australia, right? People who retired, you know what they do? They go around the country. You know, it's Australia. I'm coming from Australia, right? That's why I know it's a huge continent, right? So what they do? They hire a caravan or something, and then they go around the country sightseeing. The thing is, okay, let's say you watch everywhere, you traveled everywhere, you roam everywhere around Australia, and you're done. Do you think that they finish everything? No. Now our next destination is Europe, Rome, Paris, City of Flowers, Venice. The funny thing is, the people who live in Venice, they come to Australia to be happy. The people who live in Australia, They go to Venice to be happy. So if Venice has the happiness, if Australia has the happiness, then people who are living in the Australia, why do they go out of the country to be happy? Don't you know there's a problem here? Don't you feel there's something very basic, basic, basic problem here that you haven't even think? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Your life is not like, you don't waste your life. Invest your time, something that you can take, something that you can fulfill. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, after I choose this life, after I choose my life as a monk, and after that decision that I took, now I am having a fulfilling life. I'll show you. I'll prove to you that I am having a fulfilling life. It's not something that I'm fabricating. It's not something that I'm acting. I don't have to act in front of anybody. I didn't ordain because I didn't want to act in front of people, because I acted during my whole lifetime. I acted. I was actually fed up with acting. I need to live as it is, as who am I. This is the main benefit that I received, that I got after getting to rope. I don't want you to become a monk, but first let's start this journey. Let's start this path. You will decide in future whether you can become a monk or not, or you can become a well devoted Buddhist or practitioner of this Dhamma. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said in the first episode, you don't have to be a Buddhist to understand this. You don't have to become a Buddhist. If you have a mind, if you have a heart, if you have pulses, that's it. If you can understand what I am saying, that's it. That means you are a human. If you can understand what I am saying, welcome to the humanity. Then you are eligible to understand this Dhamma. So today, we discuss about something that you have to think about your life in a different perspective. Ladies and gentlemen, everything that this is a step-by-step process. I don't want to go deeper concepts at the beginning. I just want you to understand that you have a problem. There's something wrong with your life. If you watched Matrix movie, 1999, I remember. First, I didn't understand at all what the hell is that. But after coming to the Buddha Sasana, after realizing what Buddha has discovered, then I start to understand what's the matrix. Ladies and gentlemen, you are born to a prison. You are born to a bondage. You are born to a prison for your mind. A prison that you cannot smell, taste, touch, and think. Unfortunately, no one is there to show you that you are born to a prison, because everyone that you associate also in the prison. That's why I'm telling you. I'm the Morpheus. You are the Neos. See, he's also a bald guy, right? The Morpheus in that movie. Only difference is he is wearing a black color cloak, something like that. I'm wearing a crimson red. You have to start this journey. For today, for this time, listen to this again and again and contemplate about your life, what you are doing from morning to night. Think about what are you going to gain out of that. We'll discuss again about this again and again and again, because that's the only thing, that's the first thing that you have to understand. There's something wrong with your life. I told you, right? The name of this series is Detox Your Mind. This is parallel to our online sessions that we are conducting. So, detoxing takes time. Don't expect instant solutions, instant results. This takes time. You have to start this journey slowly and slowly. If you have any questions regarding what we have discussed today, please put them in the comment section. We'll try our best to answer those things. And until we meet again, continue to write down whatever the things that you're doing. Reflect on what you're doing, whether these things that you're doing to fulfill your life, or are you doing something worth? Think about them. Think about that, what the things that you're doing, is it something worth? What are you going to gain out of that? Right? In the next episode, we'll discuss about something that about your memories. Because you are collecting memories, isn't it? Let's discuss those things. What is going to happen with your memories? Okay? Okay. So see you in the next episode of Detox Your Mind. May the Noble Triple Gem bless you all.